Welcome to Rick's Corner, brought to you by Old School Labs, the brand I trust and the only one I put my name to. Use my code drasin12 on the link below.
Welcome to Rick's Corner. The man, the myth, the legend. Now on with the show.
Okay,
Okay.
this is going to be easy.
Okay.
Welcome to Rick's Corner. Today I have a guest who's a friend of mine for a number of years, and we just got together again for the first time in many years. She's a psychologist and she knows a lot about a lot, and her name is Dr. Leslie Bernstein. And it's so nice that you took time out of your busy day to have lunch with me and come over and do the show.
Absolutely. I'm so glad to be here.
But you didn't eat the cinnamon roll.
I didn't. Too much sugar.
It's too much sugar. Yeah, I didn't like
Don't want my
that.
teeth to fall out or anything.
They're not going to fall out unless you take them out at night.
No. Not tonight.
Okay, so we were talking about mind over matter and attitude and how your brain works, and being a psychologist, she has the answers to all that. And I thought it'd be interesting to talk about people who get wake up in negativity and they walk around with their head down all the time and nothing ever goes right. They can start the day off wrong, and all day long everything will be wrong right down the line because their mindset is that just to fail, right?
Absolutely.
So what do you do to get around that? Now I know that exercise is a big plus.
Exercise is a huge plus because engaging in exercise actually changes your brain chemistry.
What about medications for something like that?
There are a lot of medications that your psychiatrist can prescribe, but you're putting something into your brain to change the neurotransmitters. And medications can be very helpful, but there are a number of things I think that you can try before you go down the road of medication, one of which being exercise.
Yeah.
It's vital.
I see a lot of people in the gym that they have attitudes and they get roid rage, some of them. But the fact that they come in and train, it mellows them out. All of a sudden they like melt like butter. And it does, for me, it's not that I have any problems that way, but it definitely lightens my day up if I can go and do something for myself like that and then just relax afterwards, and it's good.
I would absolutely agree with you. Aside from the fact that it changes your brain chemistry and causes your brain to release endorphins, I think just the fact that a person can set aside some time every day and say, this 1 hour is for me, if they follow through with it, then you really get a sense of accomplishment, feel like you've done something for yourself. It does change your attitude.
Now you do the same thing with running.
Yes. Yes.
You run, and you ever feel like after you go so far you're just like bouncing through the wind, like you're almost gliding?
I get in what I call the zone.
Yeah, the zone.
And I'm almost just not even present.
Right.
I'm just going while I'm in the zone.
It's amazing. I used to run down at the beach in between the piers, and once I get going so far, I would just glide like a bird, and I didn't even know I was running. I was off somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it eased my mind so much that it was just like medicine to me.
Yeah, and for me, it is exactly what I was talking about. My life is very busy, and I work all day, and the people I deal with are having issues, many times in crisis, so it's very emotionally demanding, which oftentimes can be more taxing to your system than something that's physically demanding, because when you're expending all that emotional energy and your body is losing cortisol, you deplete yourself. And for me, getting out and running every day is a way of transcending that and getting my head in a different place and being able to separate myself and bring some balance back into my life.
Explain to me how the cortisol works.
Okay, well, when you're heightened and you're in fight or flight, when you get elevated or you're under stress, your adrenaline gets pumping, and when you're making all this adrenaline, it also depletes your cortisol, and high cortisol levels help you feel better. When you're maxing out your adrenal glands and you're losing cortisol, your body's sluggish. and you're fatigued, and we need our bodies to remain in balance in order to function at maximum efficiency.
Doesn't cortisol store fat?
I don't know. You're the expert on that.
No, I'm not. That's what I'm asking you.
No, I don't know. I only know about brain and behavior. I don't know so much about the relationship between cortisol and fat.
Well, I was told, at least I was told by a few, that you want to keep your cortisol low because it raises your hormone level of estrogen and retains body fat.
I have no knowledge about that. I just know that when you are depleting your cortisol levels, that you make your system vulnerable. I don't know about elevated cortisol, because there's a balance to everything, and your hormones really are responsible for most of the function in your body, keeping your hormone levels where they need to be.
What medications for that type of thing will drag you out, obviously, right?
Medications for depression? Or are you talking about mood disorders?
Yeah, mood disorders, like mood elevators and that type of thing.
They can make you really sluggish,
Yeah.
certainly, because sometimes we treat mood disorders with drugs that are actually meant for other things, like seizure medication, for example, sometimes is used to treat mood disorders, and they do slow you down.
Well, we had talked about taking Lyrica.
Yes.
And I took it for some pain, anti-inflammatory and all that, but it just dragged me down, my mood down. I just did not want to do anything but sleep.
Yeah, well, it is not a drug that's designed specifically to treat pain. It's useful in a lot of cases for pain, but not for everybody, and it does make you tired.
Everything has its side effects.
Yes, everything.
How many people do you deal with on an average basis per week? I know it's a lot.
Too many to count. Right now, I'm not in private practice anymore. I work with kids that have developmental challenges and do a lot of work with parents of children that have developmental challenges. And by the time they get to me, generally the parents are in crisis because they're unable to get services and education for their child. So I deal with emotionally heightened people all day, every day.
Now, does a lot of that stem from the parents to the kids?
No, I don't think there's any clear-cut reason for autism. That's a whole other subject. And I generally don't work with kids that are emotionally disturbed unless my kids that I'm dealing with have some comorbidity with emotional disturbance. I used to do that exclusively when I worked in county mental health. And when you're dealing with those kind of neurological issues, they can be transmitted generationally. There can be a link. With autism, it's very unclear at this point.
Yeah. How do you deal with people that have emotional problems like that are just friends? You tell them to go see a shrink?
Oh, yes. I try not to mix business with pleasure, for sure. So,
But you can identify right away, right?
Right. And I'm not going to be treating you today, so don't ask me, because then I have to bill you for it.
No, I think I'm okay.
That would be a whole other...
I have lost weight.
Yeah, you are a little smaller than you used to be.
Oh, God. Doesn't matter. It's all relative.
Yes, it is.
I still wear the same clothes from high school.
But that's a good thing.
That's really funny is I weighed myself about 2 months ago. I was the same exact weight as I was when I moved here in 1969. Same pound for pound. That's unusual.
I think that's great.
I don't know why, but it is.
I measured my height the other day.
Yeah.
And I was this tall when I was 11 and a half.
Really?
Yep. 5'9" at 11.
Somebody asked me how tall I was. I always said I used to be 6'5", but now I'm 5'6". But things are always looking up.
I told you were smaller.
Stop it already. I'll never speak to you again. So we've come to the conclusion that if you do have a problem and you are depressed or you do have a bad attitude or you do feel sluggish and not right, going to the gym is going to change that. And it will change it almost instantly when you go in the door.
Absolutely. And deciding that you're going to do something different, because if you keep on doing what you've always done, you're going to get the same result you've always gotten in the past, right?
Yes.
So it starts with making a decision every day to actually make that time for yourself and put it aside and follow through. You really have to have a cognitive shift in that way.
Now, your sons are into bodybuilding too, right?
Yes, they are.
That's
Yes.
good.
Yeah and no. I spend a lot of time in the gym. You know, I think I just shared with you that there are ups and downs to
Yes.
bodybuilding.
Right.
And my oldest son just figured out he really doesn't need to be the biggest guy in the gym.
Takes time.
At this point, he'd like to be the healthiest guy in the gym.
We go through places in our life where we have to be the biggest and the best at everything. Okay, I understand that. I always like to be the best at everything I can do. I used to think I had to be the biggest, but I don't think it's important anymore. I don't think there's always somebody bigger, there's always somebody better, there's always somebody striving harder, but I always believe that you can strive to be the best you can be at any given moment in time.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
But a lot of people fall short of that. They just don't have any faith in themselves.
I think faith is key to everything. I've always told my patients and my own children that in order to make a change, you first have to have a little bit of faith in the process. And without faith, you can't even have hope,
No,
right?
no.
Boy, that music started at the appropriate
I
moment.
can't imagine what that is.
That's my phone.
Oh, I thought it was my computer in the other room. No, it's funny you mentioned faith and hope. I knew two girls years ago that used to work out with me, and their names were Faith and Hope. Their parents named them that.
Really? Did they go through a change?
I never saw them since. I don't know. But you have to have faith in yourself. You have to have a self-esteem that will let you push through anything you want to do. Okay. And I had said this to you on the phone. I said to other people, your mind tells your body what to do. We all
Yeah.
know that. You can go into the gym today and you can lift 300 pounds, no problem, 4 or 5 reps. And say, wow, that was really an accomplishment. I did it. You can get up tomorrow and go to the gym and try it again, and you won't get past 250 because your mind fell short.
I agree with that.
Your mind won't tell your body to lift it, and your body's still capable, but if you don't have it in your head to do what you got to do, it's not going to happen.
It is the same thing when people come in and try and engage in therapy to solve a particular issue in their life or to change something. You know, I always tell them you have to believe it. If you believe it, you can achieve it. It's the old I think and therefore I am.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing.
We also talked about the word try at lunchtime.
Oh, try is a dirty word for
You
me.
want to lift that 300? I'm going to try, and you're going to fail.
Absolutely, because try means no. Try means I'm not doing it.
Not going to do it.
Yeah, you either choose to do something or you choose not to do something. Whatever it is you choose or choose not to do, you should own it.
Yeah.
But don't tell somebody,
Yeah.
I'm going to try.
I tell this to a lot of people that work out and they want to get advanced and do something. I say you got to make up your mind that you go to your goal, you go to your target that you're headed towards, and there's always a way to get to it. If there's roadblocks in the road, then you work out how to get around them. But you find out what you want to do and you make it happen, no matter what obstacle falls in your way. If you get up in the morning and say, oh, I'm tired, I don't feel like going to the gym, but what would you rather do? You're going to sit home and just vegetate? Get up and go.
I think that's very true. You know, people measure success in many different ways, but one thing I know for sure is that you can't be successful in anything unless you have faith in the process and then act on that faith and understand that anything you believe you can achieve, but you actually have to take action and put it into play.
You have to believe it, because how many people have you heard say that, oh, I really want this bad, I really want this, how bad do you want it? I really want it. American Idol last night. You want to be an American Idol? Yeah, I really want it. Well, how bad do you want it? I just want it. No, you don't want it bad enough to change yourself so that you can become a winner. You're just going to go this far and you'll never achieve it because you haven't pushed yourself to the limit where you can actually become an American Idol. You have to see the goal that you on stage as the American Idol, and you've gone through all the steps to become that person that you believe that you are, and you'll achieve it.
Yeah, it's true.
That was a lot to come out of my mouth.
It was.
But it came out.
Because simply put, you can't win lotto unless you play lotto.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Same thing.
All right. I think we solved the world's problems just now.
Well, at least one of them.
Better one than none.
Yes.
That's another thing. Better one than none.
Absolutely.
Leslie, thank you so much for taking time out for me and having lunch with me and doing this show and sharing your brain and knowledge with me, because it's really important.
I really enjoyed being here,
Yeah, even though I lost weight.
even though you're small.
See you guys next time. Stay tuned for more,
Bye.
and I'll have more coming next week. Bye-bye.
Hope you enjoyed the video brought to you by Old School Labs. Use my discount code DRASIN12 on the link below at oldschoollabs.com.
Hey everyone, now you can have the Gold's Gym logo drawn by me, the artist Rick Drasin, personalized and made out to you and signed by me to frame and put on your gym wall or wherever you see fit to do so. It's a piece of bodybuilding history. It will never be duplicated again. It's the largest selling icon t-shirt logo in the world, and I'm the guy that drew it, and I will draw it for you. Just go to my website, rickdrasin.com, and order there. You can pay through PayPal, and it'll be sent out right away. And be sure to watch Rick's Corner for all the videos on bodybuilding, nutrition, fitness, pro wrestling, and anything that suits your interests as far as getting physically fit and being the best you can be from the golden era of bodybuilding.
It's Rick Drasin. He's the equalizer, baby. See you next time.